DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver for the Houston Texans, and I'm representing Battle Red blog.
All right, I'm now joined by DeAndre Hopkins, new wide receiver, Houston Texans. Are we still going Nuke? Is that still acceptable?
I think
You still go Nuke Hopkins?
Yeah,
okay,
why not?
I like that. First reaction to hearing DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver, Houston Texans. How's that feel?
It felt great, just to be part of a great organization like the Houston Texans. It's a blessing just to come in and be part of a good organization.
What kind of conversations do you have with the program, with the coaches beforehand? Did you have an idea that that's where you're going to end up?
I didn't really have an idea, but coaches, Clemson coaches, they talked to some of their coaches. They used to coach in the past together, so it was a little rumor, that they liked me and it possibly could happen. But I had no contact with them. I didn't do any visits, so it was kind of shocking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you know about the Texans? How much tape have you watched since finding out? What are your first impressions of the team?
Oh man, they're just a couple plays away from the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. Andre Johnson, all he needs is a little bit of pressure off him. He's getting double teamed and still is having 1,500 yards. So they've been a couple plays away from the Super Bowl. I know that.
Rookie camp is now behind you. What have been your initial impressions of the playbook? How you're going to be used? Things like that.
It's not an easy playbook. We do a good job. We got a great scheme. So you really got to dedicate yourself to the playbook. And I'm a rookie. I'm used to a different offense.
Right.
A lot easier terms.
Sure.
Terminology. But everybody's helping me out. Andre, Coach Larry, the whole locker room is basically, helping me out to make sure I know the playbook.
You're going to be playing all over the field? What is the specific role?
No, I'm playing Z. It's basically like the other side of X. So,
Right.
The other side of Andre.
So something you're very comfortable with, obviously.
Yeah, of course. It's not too much motion and stuff like that. It's kind of simple.
Early on, what has your relationship been like with the coaches specifically?
Oh, it's been great. Coach Kubiak, all those guys, everybody from the GMs to Rick Smith, everybody I talked to there. Coach Herron, even the defensive guy, he used to be at Clemson. So the whole coaching staff, they're behind me. And they're making sure that I know my assignments.
So you find out you're going to be a Texan, and then you probably think like, oh, who am I going to be playing against? Who's in the division? What names immediately came to mind that you're going to see on the other side of the field?
Cordell Patterson, man, knows that's like my boy. We're both from South Carolina. We talked the day of the draft. Before the draft, we made a friendly bet. Who would go first.
Wow.
It's just a thing. Being from South Carolina. It's like my brother. But we played him the first game, Minnesota. So it's gonna be exciting. Me and him, and then Xavier Rhodes as well played for Minnesota, and I played against him all years at Clemson.
Sure.
While he's at Florida State, so it's gonna be a friendly matchup. But it's gonna be fun.
Nice. And what do you know about the city of Houston? Far away from South Carolina.
Oh man, I don't know anything. I just know it's the fourth biggest city in America. That's what I was told.
You like barbecue?
I love barbecue.
Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah.
That feels right. You can't have too much barbecue. The speed is needed.
Okay, man. But yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Nice. What are going to be the biggest challenges for you looking forward? Is it playbook? Is it just sort of the pace of the game? Is it all of becoming a professional athlete and turning all your focus there?
It's all becoming a professional athlete. You got an image to uphold off the field. You got to make sure everything you do, is professional. So that's kind of the main thing. Just being professional all parts of life.
All right, and one of the great perks of being that professional athlete is you get paid. You get a check to go out and live life. What have you circled anything? Do you know not sort of like house, car, anything? Any sort of things that you've been thinking about?
I like old school cars.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I might try to find a real vintage car. Just
Okay.
To, possess and have.
Nice.
Yeah.
That feels right. And you've been surrounded by all these other top rookies here. So excluding yourself, you can't choose you. Rookie of the year. 2013 season.
Rookie of the year. I'm gonna go with EJ Manuel.
EJ Manuel.
Yeah, he's in the
ACC.
ACC Florida State guy. He got my boy CJ out there in the backfield with him, and I feel like he has a great platform, that he can come out and play
Sure.
as a rookie. The Buffalo Bills, they've been kind of needing a quarterback, and EJ is a great guy. A lot of people, was shocked by him going that high. I wasn't, because I played against him. I know how good he is, and I feel like if anybody can get it done, he can.
Nice. And we are right next to where they hold the Oscars. The Academy Awards are held in the theater right next door. All of a sudden, Nuke Hopkins, star, celebrity, Pro Bowl receiver. Who are you taking to the Oscars?
Probably take my mother, just
Okay.
because, she's been in South Carolina her whole life. She's never flown too much and been on the West Coast, so I just want my family to be able to enjoy this with me.
Nice. Well, his name is DeAndre Hopkins. call him Nuke. Seriously, it's way cooler. New receiver, Houston Texans. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.